if you're a Taurus born April 20th to May 20th, what can you expect for the month of May 2020? Let's tune in and find out. So I really feel, Taurus, like you've just been just dropped into earth, like just cradled into this spot. For some of you, it may feel uncomfortable to be so confined, not being able to kind of be in that work attack mode that's easy for you to get in. For others, I feel like you're kind of like feeling your way. And in May, there's going to be less resistance. There's just going to be more synchronicity in terms of you being able to move forward with more of an internal connection, with a deepening of your own appreciation, your own value. And really it feels a little bit like a kind of a checkout for you. And so if you're not working 60 hours this month, you may be working 40 hours this month, or you may be working instead, not at your traditional job, but in other ways, around your home or around your family. Or working internally, doing a lot of hard work internally. But I just see the focus shifting from this external drive of having to get someplace to shifting more at a vibrational level of leveling into self-acceptance, self-love, and being able to be with yourself in a way that is calming and soothing. So it's a really nice energy, but it is not a forward momentum energy. It's a being comfortable kind of where you are, kind of connection for me. So let's look at that. One of the reasons we have a Scorpio full moon, May 7th. So let's see what that might mean for you guys. Again, it's going to take you more into a spiritual evaluation. Scorpio very much is a spiritual connection for us, and to be able to deepen all aspects of yourself, asking yourself more profound questions. What do I believe in? Where do I get my spiritual depth from? Do I have a spiritual depth? Really looking more inward towards your spirituality. And, with curiosity, I see you pondering more of like around the world and events, and but more of a spiritual alignment. So I definitely feel that Scorpio moon is going to awaken you in a deeper, more cathartic way, asking for information. Now, sometimes that can come as a jolt to us. With the Scorpio energy, it can be a jolting, like forcing us to go in, and that can happen from events outside are just too daunting or too in our face. That drives us in, asking for ideas or conversation. And it doesn't have to be, it can be anything, right? It could be the world at large as it is, or it could be something more personal to you. But nonetheless, you're going to be going in, and it's going to be able to give you a full assessment around that time of where you're at, whether you like it, does it feel good to me, and how to move forward and how to be a little more creative with your alignment with what you want and where you want to go. Let's look at relationships. For those of you that are in a coupled romantic relationship, let's see what's in store for you guys. So I see you having a lot of patience, patience for yourself, patience for your partner. There's more of an alignment. Better communication starts to improve this month. It feels like there's less hiccups in understanding each other and about what you want and where you want to go. So relationships smooth out a little bit. Towards the end of the month, there may be more of a frenetic energy or jolting energy, where you may see or understand some lies or deceptions. Now, this could be anything about you seeing now how you've deceived yourself about something. It could be anything from a belief that you had that you see is no longer true for you, or it could be that there's been some deception at your workplace and it's now coming forward for yourself. It could also be from around somebody just wanting to sell you something and it's not really true, and it's not like, I don't think so. So there's some of this deception energy that's coming up at the end of the month, but you're really grounded. You have a really good sense of self. So whether it's a secret that's being revealed to you, you can handle it, right? That's how I always think, is when the universe brings something to your attention, it's because you're ready to hear it, you're ready to know it, you're ready to acknowledge it. If it's something a little more like somebody trying to take take advantage of you, you're going to sniff it out. You'll be aware something's just going to feel off to you, and you'll be able to maneuver around it, or just like dismiss it completely, like, no thanks, right? So I do feel like you're equipped to handle either of those things that could come up at the end of the month. But it's in the relationship conversation, because it's your relationship with other people, so that's why it's coming up there. Okay, so let's see in terms of anything else about your romantic relationship with your, for those of you that are coupled. Just that you have enough patience, and there's also some fun. There's relaxing fun. There's tenderness. There's heart energy. And let's not forget, a lot of you are having a birthday, so happy birthday, Taurus. So there's that too. And it may be unusual having parties on Zoom or that house party app, right, that you can drop into. So there's a lot of ways in which you can still feel the celebration, even though you may not be physically connected to everybody that you had hoped to be. Okay, and now we're moving into those of you that are single and what's in store for you, for those of you that are interested in romance. I feel like there's an excitement in terms of what's possible. There may be somebody early on that you meet in this full moon, that maybe somebody that you have been kind of dating, and it becomes a little more serious, or you decide suddenly to, like, okay, we're going to quarantine together, and this is interesting. So I feel like there's somebody either that you just met or that you're meeting that feels very new to me. Now, for those of you that there's nobody on the horizon, then it feels more like it's a relationship with yourself. Increase your own ability, feel more connected to what you want, what you desire. And there feels like there's a more natural bubbling up of just through conversation, of just through dialogue, like creating friends. And in other words, like just collecting new friends. There can be a something steamy that happens around the new moon in Gemini, May 22nd. And you may find a way to get to know each other a little bit more and feel a little more connected to each other. And for some of you, it may be some pent-up sexual energy coming up too. I feel like that's all there too. Plus you have that Scorpio full moon on May 7th, which we know is a very sexual energy as well. So there's a lot of sexual energy here for you single Taurus that's available to you this month, which can be a little frustrating, I would imagine, with social distancing, but which is why I feel like some of you may jump in to a situation where you just got, I'm up for it. I'm just going to quarantine myself in the house with you, that kind of thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you move in that direction, which is kind of like maybe not like you normally, but between the Scorpio energy, pushing you forward with more of that sexual energy, and that new moon in Gemini, anything's possible, because we are literally in a space we've never seen before. So this is a really interesting time here in the world. Okay, let's go into money and career for Taurus. Let's see what's in store for you this month. So Taurus, some of you may have some dealings with the government, with judgments, or with liens, or could even be where you're stepping in on behalf of a loved one and paying off their debt or paying off their dues, something, or borrowing money, loaning money to people. But it definitely feels like the law could be involved, or a court case could be involved. It could also be inheritance. There could be that there's some inheritance things coming to you and you're just finding out about it now, and a small gift of money that way. So you might receive something from some inheritance that you didn't even know that was coming. Could be some gift to you showing up in May too. As far as your career goes, interesting. For some of you, there's going to be a spike in it. Now, whether that means you haven't had any much of a career in April because of the pandemic, and then it just really spikes up in May, or that you just get really creative. But I see a big spike in May coming for you for your career and being able to move forward. So whether that's a one-time gig or just this big heartbeat that's happening now because things are starting to get some momentum for you, but I feel like an opening there that wasn't there before. Increase in revenue, increase in opportunity. I feel like a lot of you have got a lot of anxiety around this, like a lot of indigestion, stomach stuff really coming up. So I feel your pain. I feel your uncertainty around this. Wow. So you're just being asked to call upon your resources. Call upon your resources. Whether it's a loan from an in-law, whether it's a loan from the boss, whether it's asking, your car payment company to give you 3 months and put it on the end of your loan, things like that. Getting creative with your money so that you don't feel like you're drowning. So I feel like there's opportunities that come in with your career that also help you with your money. So the ideas will be working and spinning. So you're gonna get through it. You'll have some new ideas, and especially if you ask for help, you're gonna get the help. Like a lot of help coming in for you. A lot of help. Okay, let's look at health for Taurus. So your back is coming up, and which makes sense to me, especially if there's money concerns. Back always seems to play a role in it. So just be careful. You want to take care of yourself. Obviously, if chiropractors, depending on, I suppose, the chiropractor themselves or the states, I know several of them are seeing people as essential. So it feels like getting yourself to a chiropractor or gentle stretching, making sure that you're taking care of it. But don't ignore it. That's the biggest thing, is don't ignore it. Like if there's something flaring up or going on for you, don't ignore it. Because you guys can be really good at, it just doesn't bother me. It's like, it's fine. I can handle it. I can take care of it. But you're just really being asked to not suffer. And really, this is the month to look and see, what do I need? What's being called from me? And maybe it's time to take off work. Maybe your back is saying, hey, give yourself a break and use these means around that are available to you to pay only a portion of your rent or to get the government assistance. So it's about listening to your own knowing. And I feel like the health challenges for you are in the back, and which again has to do with financial pressure. So let go of that, stay the course. If you're in a lot of pain, go seek help for it. But don't add more stress to what you're doing. Don't try to do more. The idea is to be more creative and to really get comfortable with being settled in here for the month of May. And then June, things starts to open up. And part of that too is we have a lot of retrogrades. Scorpio goes retrograde May 11th. Venus goes retrograde May 13th through June 12th. And then Jupiter retrogrades from May 14th to September 12th. So all of those planets slow down, which allow us just to kind of look and observe and see, what do I need to be doing for myself? And especially for you, Taurus, it's about relaxing into less is more, that it's okay to do less, that it's okay to be where I'm at. It's okay not to have to work from dusk till dawn. So, and then really starting to assess your value and assess your desires and what you really want to be doing. And you may find some conflict around that towards the end of the month, in terms of like, as things start to open up and your need to take care of yourself, and do I want to move forward? Do I want to slow down? So the bottom line is if you take this month to listen and to pay attention to how you're feeling, you're going to be guided perfectly, and things will open up for you, and you're really going to start to see some gifts and understandings about yourself and your own wants and your own desires about how to create your life better. All right, Taurus, thank you so much for viewing and liking my intuitive astrology. And I hope you take care of yourself. Have a wonderful month this month. And I do want to ask one last question. I just want to see if there's any surprises, because I always like to do that, and I didn't do that. So let's see if there's any surprises for you guys this month. Well, the surprise is the surprise gift of money. There's a surprise gift of money that comes in. And so even if there's like a judgment that comes in that doesn't go your way, there's a surprise gift of money that does come in. And maybe it's a loan or whatever to take care of this if a court case or something went sour on you. But there is a surprise money coming in for you. So that would be your surprise for the month. Not a bad surprise. All right, Taurus, have an amazing month. Take care of yourself during these unusual times. Listen, slow down, be appreciative of who you are, and I'll see you again next month.